48 teams, 3 host nations, 1 trophy, and for the first time in World Cup history, the tournament is not just bigger. It is more unpredictable. Because in 2026, the World Cup comes to the United States, Mexico, and Canada. The stadiums will be louder, the pressure will be heavier, and one question will follow every team from the first whistle to the final night. Who will survive the chaos? And who will lift the trophy? This is not the World Cup we are used to. For decades, football fans understood the rhythm. 32 teams, short group stage, then the knockout rounds. But now, everything has changed. 48 nations are here. More countries, more dreams, more underdogs, more chances for shock results. And because there is now a round of 32, the champion may need to survive 8 matches instead of 7. That means talent alone will not be enough. You need squad depth. You need discipline. You need fitness. You need luck. And most importantly, you need to survive pressure. Because one red card, one penalty, one goalkeeper mistake, or one bad night can destroy 4 years of preparation. For Mexico, this World Cup begins with emotion. The opening match is in Mexico City, and for Mexican fans, this is more than football. It is pride, it is history, it is the sound of an entire country believing that maybe this time something special can happen. Mexico may not be the biggest favorite to win the whole tournament, but at home, with that crowd behind them, they can become dangerous, very dangerous. For the United States, the story is different. This is a young football nation trying to prove that soccer is no longer just a growing sport in America. It is now a serious stage. The USA has speed, confidence, athleticism, and home advantage. They may not be the safest pick to win the trophy, but they are the kind of team nobody wants to face in a knockout match, because one fast counterattack, one emotional stadium, one perfect night, and suddenly, the host nation is alive. And then there is Canada, a nation that has grown fast, with belief, energy, and a new football identity. Canada's mission may not be to win the World Cup. Their mission is to show the world that they belong here, and sometimes, that is how dangerous stories begin. But if we are talking about who can actually win the trophy, we have to start with France. France are built like a tournament machine: speed, power, depth, experience, and world-class players in almost every area of the pitch. In a long tournament, this matters because when other teams get tired, France can bring on another dangerous player. When the game becomes physical, France can survive it. When the match becomes chaotic, France can punish one mistake. That is why France may be the safest winner pick. But Spain may be the most beautiful winner pick. Spain do not just play football, they control it. They can slow a match down, they can make opponents chase shadows, they can dominate possession until the other team loses patience. And with young stars rising, Spain have something very dangerous: fearlessness. They are not carrying the same old pressure, they are creating a new identity. If Spain control the ball, control the tempo, and stay calm in knockout games, they can win everything. Then comes Argentina, the defending champions. Argentina are not just a football team, they are emotion, they are fight, they are belief. They know how to suffer, they know how to survive ugly matches, and in a World Cup that is priceless. Maybe Argentina are not the fastest team, maybe they are not the deepest squad, but they have something that numbers cannot fully measure: a champion's memory. They know what it feels like to win, and that makes them dangerous until the final whistle. England are another serious contender on paper. England have the talent to beat anyone: attackers, midfielders, big game players. But England's biggest opponent is not always another country. Sometimes, it is pressure, the weight of history, the noise from fans, the fear of another painful ending. If England play with freedom, they can reach the final, but if pressure enters the dressing room, the dream can collapse again. And then there is Brazil. Brazil will always be Brazil: skill, speed, individual magic, a team that can change the match in one moment even when people doubt them. Brazil remain one of the most dangerous teams in football because no country has a deeper relationship with the World Cup than Brazil. Portugal are also dangerous because they have experience, technical quality, and players who can win matches without needing too many chances. Germany are dangerous because tournament football is in their DNA. Even when people doubt Germany, nobody wants to face them when the knockout rounds begin. The Netherlands are balanced, strong, and tactically smart. They may not always be the loudest favorite, but they are built to frustrate bigger teams. And Uruguay? Uruguay are never just playing football, they are fighting for identity. Small country, huge football soul. They can make any match uncomfortable, they can drag favorites into a war, and in a knockout game, that is exactly what underdogs need. But this World Cup could also belong to a dark horse. Morocco already proved that they can challenge giants. They are organized, they are fearless, and they have the belief of an entire continent behind them. Senegal have physical power, experience, and African pride. Japan are one of the smartest teams in world football: disciplined, fast, technically clean, and very hard to mentally break. Norway are interesting because they have something every underdog dreams of: superstar power. When you have players who can score from nothing, no opponent can relax. And then there are the host nations again. Mexico and the United States. Maybe they are not the top two favorites, but host energy changes tournaments. A normal match becomes emotional, a normal stadium becomes a fortress, a normal team begins to feel chosen, and once a host nation reaches the knockout rounds, strange things can happen. The crowd gets louder, opponents get nervous, and suddenly, the impossible starts to look possible. So who will win? The answer is not just about the best team, it is about the best path. Can you avoid injuries? Can you survive extra time? Can your goalkeeper save one penalty? Can your captain calm everyone down when the stadium is shaking? Can your bench change the game? Can your stars perform when there are no second chances? The World Cup is not always won by the team that plays the most beautiful football, it is won by the team that survives the moments when everything goes wrong. That is why this tournament is so dangerous. France may have the strongest balance, Spain may have the best control, Argentina may have the strongest emotional memory, England may have one of the most talented squads, Brazil may have the magic, Portugal may have the experience, Germany may have the tournament mentality, and the underdogs may have nothing to lose. So here is my prediction: the safest pick to win the 2026 World Cup is France. They have the depth, the athleticism, the experience, and the star power needed for the longest World Cup ever. My final prediction is France to win the trophy, Spain to reach the final, Argentina and England to reach the semi-finals, Brazil and Portugal to remain dangerous, Morocco, Japan, Mexico, USA, Senegal, and Uruguay to create the biggest shocks. But this is football, and that is the beauty of the World Cup. 48 teams will arrive with a dream, most will leave with heartbreak, only one will leave with history. So now the question is yours. Who do you think will win the World Cup? France? Spain? Argentina? Brazil? England? Mexico? USA? Or a country nobody expects? Comment your winner before the first whistle.